Hello, this is Tula. I wanted to show you the working position that I found most comfortable so far for writing calligraphy, and I'll show you all I have around. Maybe you find it helpful. So first of all, I noticed quite early on that I wasn't comfortable writing flat on the table. I would lean too far into the table and I would get pains in my back and my wrist, and also in this area of the palm that rests on the table. And quite by accident I found that when I sit with a bit of an angle, it's much more comfortable for me, and I think the handwriting looks nicer and my hand is more free to move. So what I do now is I have this very sophisticated method of preparing my angles. This is a sort of sleeve, and I roll it in a kitchen towel, and I lay this under this little, maybe it's MDF, a wooden board. It's part of a shelf I took apart, and I lean this very close to my lap at the edge of the table. On top of that, I always like to write on cardboard, so I have this cardboard, a few extra sheets of paper just for to have a surface that's not too resistant, that's a little more forgiving. And I usually angle the paper I write on this way. And this little board is comfortable for me because I can rest my arm on it like I would on the flat table, except my angle is much more comfortable. I don't have to lean into the table. And other than that, I have my practice sheet, my guide sheet that I still use. I have a few extra ones that I put aside. So this is how I write. I always have a lot of kitchen towels available, although I do try to maximize their use. Try to use clean ones for the videos. So one, I fold, let me move this a little bit, and put my ink on, because ink spills, and if I don't drain a drop, it just it also prevents the jar from flipping. And if it has, I did have a massive spillage one day, and the paper towel underneath absorbed most of the ink, so I was lucky. Another one I fold and keep very close to my hand to clean the nib, and yeah, mostly to clean the nib. I do have my brushes and nib holders here close by. This is my favorite one. I'll talk about it in another video. I have excuse me, a jar of water for dipping the nib in. It's dirty from ink. I have my inks here, my nibs in a little box so nothing happens to them, and it's cushioned by a sponge. And I have two other things that I wanted to show you that I find very convenient. While I can, if I want to clean the ink off my nib, I can absorb it in the paper towel. I can dip it, just the nib. Be careful not to dip the holder in the water, this way. But I find it, sometimes I prefer using the water, but if I want to really clean the nib, I have a spray bottle with the water, and I just squirt some water onto the paper towel, and now I can clean it very comfortably. I also have another spray bottle. Yeah. Another spray bottle, this one that I have a sort of Windex in, and I've heard someone say that she finds this the best method for cleaning nibs, and so I tried it and I like it, and I keep it in this spray bottle, and when I'm finished for the day, or for now with my nib, this one gives me a much more thorough clean. And now I can store it back in the box. This also proved very useful when I do have ink stains on the table. It's very easy to wipe them off and go on working. So spray bottles are my good friends. They might be yours as well. Okay, so as to sitting, I'll show you again. I'm left-handed, as you might notice, so I keep the ink at my left. About here I have the water spray bottle and also the Windex close at hand. My ink was my nib, put it back. Hold on. I like to sit cross-legged. It's most comfortable for me. And this way I have it right close to my lap. I try to have some extra space on my left, again, so my hand can move on it. And also I find that if I put my cardboard this way, a lot of times my hand moves on the edge of the cardboard, and after a while you get this irritation of the skin. My hands are not very sensitive, they're used to working and getting dirty, but this constant rubbing is very annoying and irritating. So I try to keep this cardboard horizontal, and if what happens here is that it slips, you can either put some masking tape, or I can just flip my surface, and this is a very textured surface, so now it will not slip. And now if I'm ready for writing, I'm sitting very comfortably. So this angle works lovely for me, and I do have room to, I'm not good at flourishing yet, but if I was, I think I have a good, while my elbow is quite close to my body, it still has room to move freely, and my hand, you can see, glides now on the paper and not on these, on the edge of the cardboard backing. So I think I can make quite nice movements, except today is a very hot day and my ink keeps drying. And of course I move my paper so that I always try to be in my comfort zone, in the area that I'm most, my movement is most fluid and flowing. Okay, so that's what I have to say about my position and the materials I have close at hand. Thank you very much for watching, and as always I hope it was useful to you.